Welcome back. Okay, in this lesson, I want to talk just briefly about idea generation, right? What am I going to write about every day? Now, typically, you're going to want to plan this out on a week by week basis, right? Or sometimes even, several weeks at a time, especially if you're trying to tie your newsletter issues into marketing campaigns that you're running, right? And so if you've got a webinar coming up in 3 weeks, you might start talking about certain topics related to that webinar once or twice a week, 3 weeks out. And then you might accelerate that to the point where, the week of the webinar, maybe you're writing about webinar related topics, every day in the newsletter. So you certainly want to work this into your overall process. In other cases, you're just going out there and you're trying to find your topics you're going to write about every day. And you can do this in either a manual or an automated fashion. Now, there are plenty of people out there using ChatGPT, using Perplexity, using Gemini, or using other agentic tools to basically say, hey, go research my niche, see what topics have popped up within the last 24 hours and choose an interesting topic to talk about, right? And in fully automated flows, that works fine. I tend to use more of a manual flow because I want to make sure I have complete control over the topic I'm choosing for that day. I'm trying to use AI to make this process smoother and quicker, not to completely replace me. One of the tools I love for this is Feedly. Now, Feedly is a newsletter app is a news app that basically brings in RSS feeds. I forget what RSS stands for, but something about syndication. Essentially, every website out there, or just about every website out there, and every news site has an RSS link that you can subscribe to. And what they do is they push those news articles out to that RSS feed. Feedly is an app that collects those. And it can collect those in different categories. You can see here I've got crypto and decentralized finance. I've got a financial niche. I've got a health niche. I've got a marketing niche. I've got science. I've got tech. And so for just as an example, if I were writing a crypto newsletter, I would come in here each day. I would update this. And let's actually update it right now. And you can see I've got some articles here that came in 9 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago, 3 hours ago, 7 hours ago. And what I like to do is I like to scroll through this and look at the subjects that are popping out at me and see if there's anything that's just like, okay, that's a really good topic. I want to talk about that one. So for example, if I were writing about crypto, this one kind of jumps out at me, right? Bitcoin price, BTC whale, and institutional activity boosts confidence. Interesting article. So I might open that in a new tab where I can go look at that article. I can scan it quickly and say, is this good? Is the topic actually something I want to be talking about? Does it relate to my audience? And if so, then I'm going to go ahead and grab that link and make a copy of it. Why? I'll show you later how that integrates into the actual chat that you're going to use to write your daily newsletter. But Feedly, I find, is a great app for getting topics across different areas from many different sources. You've got to spend a little bit of time setting it up, going out and subscribing to the different RSS feeds and things like that. But once you have it set up, it's a great place to just go in here, look for ideas, look for interesting topics. And this isn't just used for newsletters. I use this for new ad ideas. I use this for new promotion ideas. It's a really great way to just source information about your niche quickly and spend 5 to 10 minutes reviewing it at the start of every day just to see what articles are out there and what topics are trending. And that's the other thing. You'll see topics that are trending because suddenly you'll see similar headlines covering the same topic from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different sites. So if it's popping up everywhere, it's obviously a very popular topic right now. So I love Feedly for that. And then I will also do ideation within my newsletter chat. So I'll show you this newsletter chat in a future lesson, in the next lesson actually. But for example, if we scroll down here, we should be able to find one here. So for example, when I wrote issue number 28, I also needed to brainstorm some angles. And so if we go into this one and we'll scroll to the top. It says, okay, I need some suggestions for the next issue of the newsletter since I'm not trying to push anything directly, right? Look through the knowledge base of Facebook posts, look for a topic that could fit in with other things. It's like, this was a very broad one. I actually didn't care much what we talked about. I didn't have any specific goal or vision for this one. And our knowledge base includes like an entire year and a half's worth of social media posts covering the very topics that we cover in the newsletter. So it knows that it can go to the knowledge base and pull up some topics that we haven't covered yet. And so, it gave me an idea for one. Let's see, did I actually? No, not this one. I think because we had already covered that one recently. And so I didn't want to repeat it. So I said, nope, not that one. And let's not just do this on a one by one basis. Come up with 10 other topics. So then it gave me 10 of them, highlight points. Okay, I like topic 6, founder versus CEO, right? And then ultimately, when you get into this prompt, you'll see this is all I do every day. Once I've kind of settled on my topic, sometimes it's as simple as write the next issue using this topic and the information from that post. Other days, I'll show you some examples where we use more detail. But this is the ideation process, right? You can go back and forth and have a conversation with Claude within your newsletter project when you're stuck and just say, hey, I need a new topic for today. Or maybe it's, hey, I want to talk broadly about webinars or offer creation or building a team with freelancers. Can you help me dive into that topic and recommend 5 subtopics that might be good to address today, right? And so you can really take that iterative approach talking to Claude or another generative AI and doing that ideation through there. So really 2 different approaches, directly curating ideas from an app like a Feedly, or talking to your AI and trying to get ideas based on what's in your knowledge base, what you've talked about before. I like them both. Just go ahead and use whichever one is the best fit for you. And you'll probably find yourself going back and forth over time. And the next lesson, we're going to actually talk about setting up this newsletter project that I just showed you.